On July 22, 2015, Michael Bever, age 16, and his older brother, Robert Bever, who was 18 at the time, committed a horrific act by killing their parents, two sisters, two brothers, and attempting to murder another sister. The Bever family resided in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The family unit was composed of the following members: David Bever, 52 years old, April Bever, 44 years old, Robert Bever, 18, Michael Bever, 15, Daniel Bever, 12 years old, Christopher Bever, 7 years old, Victoria Bever, 5 years old, Crystal Bever, 13 years old at the time of the incident, and Autumn Bever, 2 years old at the time of the incident. David Bever worked in the field of technology, while April devoted her time to homeschooling their children. According to neighbors, the family was rather private, but friends had a different perception. In an interview, a friend of April's recounted a compassionate act when they drove through a snowstorm to deliver a television to her son, whose TV had stopped working, emphasizing April's generous nature. According to legal records, shortly before 11:30 p.m. on July 22, 2015, Crystal Bever approached Robert and Michael's room to instruct them to wash the dishes. She vividly remembered witnessing them wearing body armor and arrange multiple knives on the bed. While in their room, Crystal overheard Michael asking his brother if they should proceed immediately, to which Robert responded affirmatively. Michael then asked Crystal to look at something on his computer screen as a distraction. While she was momentarily distracted, Robert slit his sister's throat. Crystal resisted, but Robert managed to stab her multiple times as she fled the house. During her escape, she could hear her mother April screaming. Crystal was pulled back inside the house but could not recollect who had done so. Detectives believe that Michael dragged his sister back inside while Robert attacked their mother. April was subjected to 48 stab wounds in the face, chest, abdomen, neck, and arms. Subsequently, the brothers turned their focus to their younger siblings, Christopher and Victoria, who had taken refuge in the bathroom upon hearing the commotion. In an interview with detectives, Michael claimed that he had deceived his younger siblings into opening the door by telling them that Robert would kill him if they didn't. Once they opened the door, both Christopher and Victoria were fatally stabbed. In his statement to detectives, Michael mentioned that he had stabbed his brother Christopher in the neck. Christopher sustained 21 stab wounds in various areas, including his back, chest, head, and neck, while Victoria endured 23 stab wounds spanning from her abdomen to her face. In pre-trial statements, Michael admitted to stabbing both Victoria and Christopher, although Robert later claimed responsibility for their deaths. Their next target was their younger brother Daniel. Daniel had successfully dialed 911 and found refuge in his father's office. Michael employed the same deceptive tactic he had used with his other siblings. He pleaded with Daniel to unlock the door, emphasizing that Robert would kill him. Eventually, Daniel yielded and opened the door while staying on the line with the police. Michael seized the phone from him and answered with a hello, which is evident in the 911 call recording.
Broken Arrow 911. Hello? Hi, where are you at?
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma 7411.
What address?
700 Magnolia Court.
Okay. Are you the only one there?
No, my brother's attacking my family.
Your dad is attacking your family?
No, my brother. He has an idea of stealing me. Oh, millions of people now.
Okay, who's attacking your family?
What?
Who's attacking your family?
Yes.
Who is it? Do they have... Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, what's going on there? What's going on there? Hello? Hello?
He then destroyed the phone while Robert subjected his younger brother to 21 stab wounds in the stomach, chest, neck, and back. David Bever emerged from his room, possibly due to the commotion in progress. Robert inflicted 28 stab wounds on his father, targeting his back, chest, and abdomen. Court documents do not explicitly specify the moment at which his sons assaulted him. They murdered every family member except for Crystal and her 2-year-old sister, who remained asleep during the attack. Following the slaying of their family, Robert and Michael fled into the woods behind their residence. The police arrived on the scene around 11:30 p.m. and after confirming the culprits had left the house, initiated a search of the woods with the assistance of canines. Robert and Michael were eventually located and apprehended. Michael was bitten by one of the canines during the capture. Subsequently, both Robert and Michael were arrested and charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of aggravated assault and battery with a deadly weapon. They were denied bail and they were held in custody. The brothers had devised a sinister plot to eliminate their family and embark in a nationwide killing spree. Their initial intention was to silently and discreetly eliminate each family member. Robert Bever admitted in court that he had planned to decapitate his 2-year-old sister, but had forgotten to carry out this gruesome act. Their plan also involved recording the aftermath of the family slaying and uploading it to YouTube. Following the murder of their family, their plan was to carry out a cleanup operation and dispose of the bodies. A detective from Broken Arrow stated that they intended to dismember the bodies, storing the body parts in containers, and placing them in the attic. Their objective was to conduct these activities covertly before going on a killing spree. The brothers had ordered multiple firearms to be delivered to a local gun store, along with 2,000 rounds of ammunition that were scheduled to arrive at their residence the day after the family murders. However, they were unable to retrieve the firearms as they had originally intended. Robert and Michael had set a horrifying goal of murdering between 50 to 100 people as they traveled from Oklahoma to Washington. Robert Bever admitted his guilt to all charges and received a life sentence without the possibility of parole for each of the 5 murder counts. In addition, he was handed an extra life sentence for the assault and battery with a deadly weapon offense. It is believed that his guilty plea was a strategic move to avoid facing the death penalty. During his brother's trial, he testified and accepted full responsibility for each of the murders. Michael Bever, on the other hand, entered a plea of not guilty and contested the court's decision to try him as an adult. His legal team also filed a request to keep all information away from the public eye, citing concerns about public scrutiny. However, both of these motions were denied by the court. While Michael was incarcerated, he maintained a journal that a deputy described as having disturbing and violent content. Michael was found guilty on all charges and received 5 consecutive life sentences for each of the murder counts. He also received a 28-year sentence for the assault with a deadly weapon, with the possibility of parole after serving 85% of the time. Michael's defense attorneys filed an appeal, arguing that serving 5 consecutive life sentences was unconstitutional and left their client with no chance of being released from prison. However, the appeal was ultimately rejected. As of now, Michael Bever is incarcerated at the Lexington Correctional Center. Robert Bever is currently serving his sentence at the Joseph Harp Correctional Center. While in prison, he had tattoos inked on both of his hands. One hand bears the inscription "Life without parole, 5 counts," and the other spells out 5. Both surviving sisters were adopted into the same household. The house sat vacant for 2 years before it was deliberately set on fire. The city of Broken Arrow established a memorial park called Reflection Park in honor of the attack's victims. Please hit that subscribe button if you like my channel. See you next time. Bye bye.